show how crazy this game has come within the past year.
Yeah, and we are off. A nice board from both players. Ook's already got a nice quick combo off the board, but he's going to run out of use for these red yellows really quickly.
Yeah, Ooks just got a lot of red and blue on his board right now. Theeedave, though, on the other side, he's got some really nice board diversity. Yellow is going to be a bit of an issue for him as he clears out the last one on his top line. He's only got 3 more remaining, so he's going to be have to be a little bit creative with how he gets the yellow pills that he just keeps on getting. Savage.
Yeah, definitely. I think at some point he's just going to have to cut and say, I'm going to take some yellow garbage. It's going to be fine. And he just needs to make sure he prioritizes those reds and those blues. Meanwhile, actually, Ook in a very similar situation. All of his yellow is buried. Notice he's got garbage on columns 7 and 8 that, he can use all these yellows to clear. So he's not in a terrible spot, but it might start to get bad for him if he keeps getting yellow instead of blue or red.
Yeah, and I really like what Dave's got going on, just throwing all that extra garbage on top of his blue virus in column 8. He's going to be hoping to clear that blue out horizontally, which at this point that's got to be the plan because it would take forever to clear out all that garbage.
Definitely. Meanwhile, Ook, they're both down to their last 5. Ook a little more cleanly. Now, having it all in column 8 is going to be a little bit difficult because clearing vertically is going to be tough, even with this blue red. Notice he's still going to have to drop down garbage, and a double red would be ideal. But it looks like he's going to build a platform with yellow, and now that
There's
double
the
red
double
shows
red.
up for him. So he's just going to drop it down, and he's going to be out at a 155.
Yeah, and the Dave, as I predicted, struggling to just get that horizontal. He really needs some yellows to clear out that one in column or 5. Yeah, column 5. He's finally getting the yellow. He's just going to need a blue now. He's free and clear. Mario giving him hot dogs.
Oh, no. Oh, that's
Okay,
so
there
rough.
it is. Out at a 223.
All right. And Ook managing to break open this board. Now there was a bunch of garbage on the beginning of it because he just wasn't getting the pills that he needed. But now this is cracked open. Looks like he has a great opportunity to go horizontal on some of those reds there. I kind of hope he stops getting yellow because it's not very useful at the moment. But look, he's making good use of it in column 6 with those nice tucks.
Yeah, Ook had a little bit of a chance to take that yellow there in column 6 horizontally if he had laid the double yellow that he had gotten horizontally instead of taking the vertical, but it's not a bad deal for him. He's still making some really great plays. He's going to get this blue here on the bottom horizontally eventually.
hmm And meanwhile, Dave, 10 viruses behind. Blue is going to be a giant issue, but he's got to break through this center line. Notice how sort of even everything is, and we'd love for him to be able to take out those blues horizontally, but a platform is required to do it. Meanwhile, Ook out at a 326. He is shaking his head. Not a big fan of that time.
Yeah, it's a little bit slower than he wants to see, but he's still having a really great showing. He just had a really rough level 6 with that RNG, but he's making a really nice comeback as far as his time goes.
hmm Meanwhile, Dave still working on uncovering these blues. Notice row 4 is tough. He dropped down that yellow, but everything is red and blue, including that garbage. So prioritization is going to be really difficult. Meanwhile, Ook is going to have to strategically build garbage to deal with anything that comes that's of a yellow persuasion.
Yeah, I was just thinking Ook also having that same issue with his reds and his blues just completely flooding that top line. Uh, I'd really like to see him get a double red here to be able to clear out the red horizontally. Well, the way he does it now, it's not going to be an issue for him.
But Dave's still struggling on this level 7. Now, he is free and clear for that blue. Now, he did throw some reds away, and it's probably just to tuck. Ooh, did not choose to tuck the blue underneath, and I understand why, because that would have dropped that red down underneath. He is going to be out of level 7 at a 446.
Yeah, there was a very good eye by the Dave, choosing
Mhm.
not to tuck that double blue under. Very nice play. And those are some of the things that you want to watch for, especially as a newer player, is keeping in mind what's going to cause drop time, what's going to take away some of your setups that you've got. And that was a really nice example there by the Dave.
Mhm. Definitely, John. So meanwhile, uh, Dave is off to town on this level 8, but he is at about a 21 virus deficit, which is tough going into level 9. Still, Ook is mostly working on this left-hand side. Let's hope that this red RNG cooperates nicely. It looks like it is, especially with this blue-red dropping down this combo. Just needs 2 blues and he's gonna be out.
Yeah, that red yellow was exactly what Ook wanted to see. But now, okay, there's the blue. He's going to be out at a 542. Meanwhile, Dave having a little bit of issue with the blue himself. He's only got 2 open at the moment. Mario just keeps giving him those reds and those yellows. I like this drill down play to clear out 4 viruses in 1 pill. Really nice move by Dave.
Yeah, although I think he's gonna have a little bit of time to work because look at all this blue on Ook's board.
A huge sweet tea though with that double blue.
Mm-hmm. Really nice.
Kind of makes me want to go get a sweet tea, not gonna lie.
All right. Now, Ook did have the opportunity to go for a horizontal with that blue. Would have dropped down some garbage as opposed to killing that garbage. It would have made a pill clear rather, but still, it works out, and so he's able to clear out more of columns 1 and 2.
Yeah, the Dave, meanwhile, he's continuing to need reds and he's continuing to need blues. And unfortunately, he's also got a very split board. He's got one, two, three, four, 5 viruses in columns 1 and columns 8 put together. It's not something you really want to see, but he's going to go for this D sandwich here. And I really like that play. He's going to be able to get the reds in between there now. And yes, there's one. Here comes another one. I'd really like to see a blue red for the Dave right now.
Oh, can't even use this double blue. You hate to see it, but he could go vertically, and now yeah, he's gonna use that blue red there. Meanwhile, Ook had a lot of really elaborate setups to take some stuff out horizontally. It did work out for him, which is great. Just as Dave gets into level 9, Ook is finishing. He just needs a couple of yellows and he'll be out. But of course, Doctor not cooperating. Sorry about that. And one more. He's out at a 744.
All right. So Ook the Librarian will take this first game of our semifinals. Dave just going to go ahead and reset and get back onto level 6. GG's to both players, though. Very nicely played.
Definitely. Dave did say that he was going to listen to us in the booth, so we're being super complimentary of his play. But he did play well anyway. we've
Absolutely.
got we've got a ready from Ook, and I think Dave's thinking about being ready. There he is. And we've got our countdown: 3, 2, 1. Pills.
Yeah. Huge respect to Dave because it's got to be hard being the restreamer and also playing. So, and
he
we
is
appreciate all that he does.
He is truly amazing, and I will continue to fiercely sound like a broken record every time he plays, but he did beat me my very first tournament out, so I will never count a Dave out in anything. And he's off to a great start. RNG cooperating him with Dave here, not like this kind of all blue mess that Ook is getting, but luckily the pills are cooperating for him. Look at this nice drill combo in the center of the board.
Yeah, Ook getting some really nice RNG. When I peeked over at his board, I was like, "Oh man, this is gonna be kind of rough for him." But he's been getting the pills. I'd really like to see Ook get some more reds though for that right
Oh,
side.
definitely. Really nice combos from Dave. This play is super clean, nice horizontal there, and everything is very open. Nothing is going to interfere with anything else. And he is going to underclear, but doesn't even need to because of this double yellow and this double red. He is out first at a 108. That's smoking
Wow.
time, even for gold.
That's a really nice time by the Dave. Ook had a little bit of a, I'm going to call it a mistuck. It went, it went one space too far than he was wanting. You could see it on his face. He wasn't happy with it, but he was able to clear it out. He's going to be out of his level 6 at about a 124.
Yeah, also an excellent time. Now, Theeedave is going to want a lot of red and blue, but now the blue is actually going to come off the board. So he's got to figure out some good setups for this. Using that yellow garbage in column 3 for a combo setup with minimal drop time, that's looking pretty good. I think he's thinking about holding out for that horizontal with the reds. I don't know how much longer he can do it. Probably not much longer, John.
Yeah, and I was eyeing that myself. And, double red's not a pill that you see all that often. So I think he probably will go ahead and abandon that, but we'll see.
Yeah, he did end up abandoning it, but it looks like he's building back up to it. And when you said double red is not a pill that comes around very often, it's not until RNG says, "Oh, you want 50? Let's give you
Yeah,
50."
absolutely. Yeah, the RNG in this game just blows my mind sometimes.
hmm So Ook looking kind of unhappy, even though he's only at a 4 virus deficit. Now, look, he's going to go underneath to the bottom of this and clear those blues horizontally. Very nice move, but his last blue is tucked in column 6. Nicely done, though, to drop it down, and another tuck clears out the last blue on the board. So he is making things work a lot more cleanly. Beautiful drops from Ook.
Yeah, Ook, and that's just typical of Ook. You see a lot of tucks from Ook, and it's really conducive to his play style. He does it well. He likes to do those tucks.
And meanwhile, Dave took a sort of nasty looking situation and made it great. He's out again first at a 325. Meanwhile, Ook with a really nice long horizontal combo in the center, and now the doctor's not exactly treating him nicely. We want more red for him. Come on. Yeah,
There it
let's
is.
go. Let's go.
Ook out at that 337. Dave making some work on his level 8. He's got an issue right now. He doesn't have any yellow on his top line. He's got a lot of, I think it was Dave Smith that called it cherries and berries right now on the top of his board.
Yeah, you are hungry. The whole Mario community hungry, not just for wins, but all of our things pretty much have to do with food. All of our monikers for our for our lingo for our combos. Sorry.
Absolutely. Uh,
Now, oh, go ahead.
uh, just looking at Ook's board, he's got it very split and very red blue heavy. He's only got 4 yellows left, 3 of them over on that right side. He's really going to need some favorable RNG here.
Yeah, it's going to be a very tough ride for him. And meanwhile, Dave's board a lot more friendly for this. And notice, even though he's got a sloping board, everything is pretty diverse. Now, even though he has just chopped up his last blue on the left, he's already able to open up a new one. So this is really great play from him, going very smoothly. Now he's just going to need a lot of red.
Yeah, and Dave took a horizontal play that really showed me because I was like, oh, he's gonna do this and clear this out, and it's like, nope, he takes the other play and
Low,
worked out a lot better. Fellow, let's go.
let us go. And
Oh,
meanwhile, a
but a
beautiful,
lightning bolt
yeah.
from
Now,
Ook.
Ook shaking his head at this lightning bolt, but it looks good. Oh, I,
Oh,
he's got a couple misdrops, and as he likes to say, misdrops breed misdrops. He's gonna have a little trouble clearing out this column 1, especially because if he uses this red to drop down, it's gonna cause it difficulty getting the yellow. But that double yellow clutch, and he's out at a 536.
yeah, only a 4 virus lead for the Dave right now. Ook absolutely can bring this back. Ook's got a really interesting board though. He's got a lot of clumped up viruses, and he's got a really big gap there in 4 and 5 in about the middle of his board. I'm curious to see what he's gonna do with this.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're seeing Dave with a lot of great foresight here. He is he tucked stuff way down at the bottom of this bottle. He knows that with all of this yellow that he's got to work with, he's got to tuck things away, and it's working really well. I'm hoping that he's going to use one of these red blues to tuck into 1 and 2, and he does. Nice clear to leave a possibility for a big D sandwich open in column 1.
Yeah, we're seeing some really nice plays from the Dave here. Over on Ook's side, he's got a story of blue and red. Once again, unfortunately for Ook, yellow is just not it's not as accessible as he wants to. He's been opening it up as I've been talking, and this is just neck and neck right now. It's really going to come to who's got the better RNG. I do like Dave's board a little bit better though.
Now he's got to clear out column 1, and just as I say that, yes, he gets that double yellow. I am cheering for a decider, obviously, at this moment. Looks like there's a lot of good opportunity for Dave to make some horizontal plays in the bottom, and he's going to choose to do that there. And looks like he's going to go vertical on that blue in column 2. Nice options for him, though. And he's just going to need a couple of reds, and he'll be out.
Yeah, I really like that setup, that in game for Dave with the horizontal blues at the bottom. He is going to take that game 2 of this semifinals match. Congratulations to Dave. Ook looking like he's gonna go ahead and finish it out.
Just needs a bunch of red, yellow. Now, uh, we did have a reverse sweep from Dave earlier. So, what could possibly happen here, John? Anyway, it's gonna be drama. I'm here for it. Let us go. Clearly,
This is what we like to see.
I'm always calling for drama, and then it often happens to me in practical
Mhm.
play, and then I wish I had. So,
Yeah, a little bit of trivia. Of the 4 ties now, well, I guess 5 actually, because the one that we had in the goal bracket last week was a double tie. But
ooh,
of the
that
5
was
we have, 2 of them have involved Savage. So
yikes.
we
So
have
we've
ready
got
from both players.
yeah. So now we're off 3, 2, 1. Pills for this decider.
They're going to be out of the gate first. Ook right behind, about 4 seconds behind. So not a huge clock difference.
And Dave with a really nice diverse top line. Notice he decided not to go for a blue yellow up in the center of the board, and I think that could be a good move. It'll maybe keep some diversity around later, but he's going to run out of yellows really soon. Meanwhile, just chopped this level down. Look at how low his virus level is right now, John.
Yeah, Ook's got a relatively flat board. He's just flying through this level 6 right now. And I know that this is the exact level Ook wanted to see. Not so far as this is the exact seed he wanted to see, but this is how he wants it to go.
hmm And there's just a lot of great opportunity here. Like, if he's patient, if the pills come, he could just wait until the very end and take out these yellows horizontally. And this red blue is really going to contribute to that. Look at him go.
Wow.
Meanwhile, I mean, by virus count, these two are pretty much neck and neck, but Dave's going to need this RNG to cooperate with him. And we just need a lot of blue for him.
Yeah, and Ook out at a 106. I think that's about the same time that Dave was out of his level 6 in the last match. So
Yeah, and those are those are outstanding times. Dave out at a 125, so is at about a 20-second deficit. But Ook is just getting started on this level and is getting a bunch of yellow, which he doesn't need. He's just opening up the yellow now, so the diversity of the board is more favorable for Dave at the moment.
yeah, Dave, although having a little bit of an issue opening up his red, he has opened up a few, and in doing so, Savage closed off some of his access to yellow. Ook, meanwhile, just fighting to get down to his yellows.
Definitely. And Ook did cause a combo to fall that dropped some yellow garbage pretty awkwardly in column 7. It's going to be tough to get around that. I think he's just going to have to bite the bullet and go vertically. Nice horizontal in the center of the board on those yellows. And now he's making moves to open up possibilities for this blue. The 2 yellows that he has can't be dealt with for a long time.
Yeah. Over on Dave's side, I'm noticing that his board is really right heavy right now. And sometimes it's just what happens when the pills fall that way. But he's making good work out of it. He's gonna go ahead and take the drill down. And I think that's the right play, especially with the pills that came after. He's just down to needing one, two, three, four more blues, and he'll be out of this level 7.
Yeah,
The
this is
day
looking
fighting for his to defend his crown from April.
yes. So it looks like Ook is building to work on a combo. As soon as he gets this red to fire at the bottom, the blues are going to fall, and he can underclear the yellow, although he chooses to drill down that garbage. Makes sense, especially with this double yellow coming. And he's going to be out at a 313.
Yeah, Ook. These players are just back and forth blows right now, and this is such an exciting match to watch. I'm loving this.
Yeah, the one seed versus the defending champion, always a good time. Dave takes a nice horizontal off the top of the board. So although he does have this sloping board with very heavy red yellow at the top, so it's gonna take a little while to come down, but yellow will bring it down, and this is excellent for him. Nice combo there.
And speaking of yellow, that's the that's the one thing that Ook really doesn't have access to. He was able to open up one there. He's opened up some more, but now Ook's having an issue of not having any red access. One of the rare double blue surges would really be nice for Ook right now as he works to clear out those blues in columns 1 and 2.
And Dave has a really nice combo at the bottom of the board. Now, he does have an opportunity to go several layers down here. If he took that drill, he would have been able to clear those blues off horizontally, but it would have wrecked his verticals in column 2. So again, I'm making up plans for him that he doesn't need to make himself, and so he's, not taking my poor advice. But he's really close to being out of this, John.
Yeah, and the Dave, let me tell you, the Dave has just come such a long way, and I think that winning the silver bracket last month really boosted his confidence a little bit in his play, and we're seeing it here.
Definitely. Meanwhile, Ook making good use of these. He had only pills on the left, but he's got a great opportunity to clear everything out. Decides to go horizontally there, and it's a great move because now the next time a red comes up, he can just drop this down and he'll be out at a 505.
Right, and the Dave with a little bit of a what we call a pause buffer when you pause when you hit start a little bit earlier than you clear out the last virus. Ook with a really nice board here. Um, his top line's a little bit split, but it's pretty diverse, and I'm liking what he's doing with this so far.
hmm Meanwhile, Dave's got some issues. He's got this fake yellow top line, which now he can drill out of. Um, and he's just got a lot of stuff horizontally high up, and he's probably not going to be able to take it horizontally. So it's going to be a little tough for him. And now he's a little bit behind Ook. Ook has caught up and
Ooh,
surpassed him. But it's only a small lead that Ook has, so they're still going to be trading blows. Is that a misdrop on column 6? Yeah, but he's
it
cleared.
was,
Ook,
and
yeah.
I'm surprised that he didn't take that other double yellow to just go ahead and clear it out, but he made it work in his favor. Went ahead and took a drop. Ook
hmm
just needs a bunch of blue right now.
I know. And Dave's got to have blue himself to open things up. Now, notice he's got blues on columns 3, 4, 5. Yikes.
Yeah, Dave fighting a little bit of a staircase with his blues and his yellows there in the middle of his board. Little concerned for him. Uh, it's just gonna depend on how the pills fall. Meanwhile, on Ook's side, Ook really hoping for a blue red, and he finally gets it. I want to see. Okay, he chooses to clear it and just take the drop. So Ook just pretty much down to his column 8.
hmm And when Dave clears this yellow, it will fall onto row 1 and clear that, but it's going to be very tough for him. He doesn't have a straightforward path to clear column 3, and so that could give Ook this edge.
Yeah,
Because
and Ook. Go ahead.
Ook just needs, he just needs 2 reds and he'll be done, but the question is he gonna get them? He is,
That's
and
exactly
he
what I
is
was gonna say.
he is out at a 721 and Dave close behind.
Wow. Ook does take the game and the match, and he will move on to the finals to play the winner of Larva versus Dave Smith Says, which is going to come at you right after this break. Stay tuned.